All right, we're going to finish chapter 3, section. All right, chapter 3, 4. Section 4, we're going to finish this example so you guys have it. This is going to help you with 3.2, so I really need you guys to pay attention to this one. Looking at this example, you're going to have what's called a multiplicity in here, and that's going to help you when you're graphing. So please pay attention to how we're solving this. Same process. We're just going to have to add something else. So first thing we have to do is find our possibilities, okay? So that means looking at it, I'm going to go ahead and try and find those factors of my last term and factors of my leading coefficient. So I have factors of my last term, which is 8, and factors of my leading coefficient, which is 1. Keep in mind, all your possibilities are going to be positive and negative. Don't forget that, because if you see a question that says, name all possibilities, it has to be both positive and negative. So factors of 8, I have 1, I have, what else? 2, I have 4, and I have 8. And because my leading coefficient is 1, it's just going to be 1 on the denominator. Okay, looking at it. So I'm going to go ahead and write all my possibilities. Again, this is something you're going to have to do. So all my possibilities. Oop. Okay, all my possible answers. What can I have? I can have negative and positive 1, 2, 4, and 8. I don't have to write it over 1 because they're just whole numbers. So technically I could have a total of 8 answers, negative and positive 1, negative and positive 2, negative positive 4, negative positive 8. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and see which ones work. Okay, this is where I'm using my trial and error, only with what I can possibly have. So the first one I'm going to go ahead and use is 1. That one should be pretty easy. Using my 1... Let me see that. Okay, using 1, I'm going to use my coefficients. My coefficients are, this helps for some students. Please do not forget you have to add a 0. I have x to the 5th power. I have to have x to the 4th, x to the 3rd, x squared, x, and a constant. Write it out if it helps. I'm going to have 1, 0, 1, 2, negative 12, and 8. Okay, now going ahead and doing my synthetic division, bringing my 1 down. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 plus 0 is 1. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. Okay, 4 times 1 is 4. Negative 12 plus 4. Keep in mind, don't forget your signs. It's negative 8. And this is going to be my remainder of 0. So is 1 considered one of my zeros? Yes, 1 is considered. All right, I'm going to go ahead and write my answer, one of my answers right here, x equals 1. Keep in mind, how many answers do I need? 5 answers in total because of... All right, now looking at it, again, I need 5 answers. I already have 1. Okay, I am going to go ahead and write out what I have. I have 1x to the 4th. I could just put x to the 4th plus x to the 3rd plus 2x squared plus 4x minus 8. Looking at this, can I factor this? Can I factor this? No, I cannot factor this. So because I can't factor this, what I'm going to do is, because 1 is an option, I am now using 1 again to see if it works. This is where my multiplicity comes into play, and it's going to help you with graphing. So now I'm still using 1 because that worked. I'm going to use it again. But now this, all right, my new coefficients, I have 1, 1, 2, 4, and negative 8. Where am I getting those? From right here. Okay, those are now my new coefficients that I'm using. So same thing we did before. Going ahead using my synthetic division, bringing my 1 down. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. And then I'm going to get positive 8. So does 1 work again?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so what does that mean? That is another answer. X equals 1. And I'm going to write some information. Because it shows up twice, okay, shows up twice. This is going to help you with the next lesson. This is a multiplicity of 2. Multiplicity of 2. And you're going to see that when we go into the next lesson, next class for 3.2. Keep in mind, I'm not done. I only have 2 answers. I'm still missing 3. Okay? Now, because 1 works, I need to do the same process. I need to see if I can factor this. I have x cubed, x squared, x, and then my 8 left over, so I'm just going to rewrite it. X cubed plus 2x squared plus 4x plus 8. Can I factor this? Okay, for this, yes, I can. How can I factor? How can I factor? Guys, you have to, if you don't know how to factor, this test is going to be very difficult for you. You have to know how to factor. How can I factor this? The only possible way I can factor this is by grouping. That's one way we learn. So looking at it, factoring by grouping, this is what I'm grouping right here. Let me get a darker color so you can see it. Okay, this is what I'm grouping. Factor by grouping, you have to remember how to factor by grouping. I'm just going to go ahead and move this up here. Okay, so I have x cubed plus 2x squared. Okay, that's one group. And then I have 4x plus 8. And I'm factoring by grouping. So what can I take out of my first one? X squared. Then I have x plus 2 plus 4 times x plus 2. Okay, factor by grouping. So now I have x squared plus 4 and x plus 2. Now in order for me to solve for my zeros, I have to set it equal to 0. So I have x squared plus 4 equals 0 and x plus 2 equals 0. All right, next thing we have to do is just go ahead and solve for the x's. So I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides. Yes, please write it out. I have x squared equals negative 4. How do I get rid of a squared? Good. Square root it. Keep in mind I have x equals the square root of negative 4. Can I have a negative inside my square root?
No.
No, so it's going to be x equals. Good. Keep in mind it's positive negative I square root 4. And is the square root of 4 a perfect root?
Yeah.
Yes. So I have x equals positive negative I 2, or let me change that. It's going to be 2i. Keep in mind, how many answers is this? This is 2 answers. How is it 2 answers? I have a positive 2i and a negative 2i. And then the last one should be pretty easy. You're just subtracting 2 from both sides. And then you're going to get x equals negative 2. So I'm going to go ahead and write my answers at the top. Keep in mind, we already found 2 of them. We had x, let me not put it all the way at the top, equals 1. We also had x equals 1. Okay, that's 2 answers. Then I have x equals negative 2, which we just solved for. That's 3. And then my last 2 is x equals positive and negative 2i. So that's a total of 5 answers. Again, look back at your exponent. What's my highest degree is 5. I need to have 5 answers. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.